Christopher version of Bohemian Rhapsody. Good jam. Anyhow, so been doing some cleanup work most of the day, but last night had one of my colleagues look at the situation. You know, while my work has been making some improvements, there are still instances of units getting caught on these cliff sides, which is extremely annoying. And I want to implement something that just stops this from happening completely. So Derek took a look at it, did some messing around with it, and he kind of went down a road that I went down before, but he did a little more than that. So a few, well, like more like a couple or three streams back, I had gone into the level and modified not just the volumes, but the cliff sides. And let's see. So what I had done was I went through and came to this option here. Can character step up on? And I set it to no. I thought that would do it. Tested it. No better. I think it made the problem worse, actually. But one thing Derek suggested was, he went a little deeper. He said, go to this option under the details panel, walkable slope override. So this was off. He said, turn it on and set it to decrease walkable slope. Leave it where it's at. Now, I don't know why this has to be something that needs to be done, but I don't even, I don't even know if it's going to work on this scale yet. So I've selected all of these cliffs in this level and pretty much set that. I turned on the walkable slope override, set it to decrease the slope, decrease walkable slope, set it, or leave it at 0. And another thing he suggested doing is, originally I had put these volumes in correctly, nav area set to avoid rather than null. The only problem is these were set to map border. Now I thought I had set these to no collision, because the only thing I want these volumes to do is produce yellow colored navigation, which discourages units from entering too close to the rock formations, or even just generally into this area. Now, while that was working, there was, this volume or these volumes, because they're set to map borders, still have collisions, I guess. And in some cases, the units were walking into these volumes and getting stuck, which is bad, of course. So rather than having them set to map border, now the reason I think they were set to map border is because the volumes we have on the outer area here are set to just that, to prevent the units from flying out to these areas. Right now I have them turned off, I believe. Let's see. Let's go back to the persistent level. I'm pretty sure this, if it doesn't, I'm going to have to stadium nav blockers. That's not what I'm looking for. Or maybe this level doesn't have them. I know I have it in the other levels, though. Nav mod volume, which is this, though. That is for the beach, coastline. These are just set to nav null. There's another problem going on with those that I need to look at as well. That's for the underwater. That's the kill volume in case they fall into the water or go where they shouldn't. Too far out of bounds and it kills the units. Let me go to nav blockers or blocking volumes. Here we got all the cliff navs. Let's see. Those are the coastline blockers. These are all the cliff navs. Clearly not all of them. Okay, those are the rest of them right there. But I don't seem to have these. Okay, those are for the sand dunes. Okay, maybe this level doesn't have the boundary volumes. I put it into the other levels though, so it's probably a good idea that I put it into this one as well. But yeah, let's focus on these nav volumes here for the cliffs. They should actually be set to no collision. Again, going back to that point, the reason they were set to level boundary was to prevent clicking from going on, because what was going on is even though they were yellow nav and these were set to nav null, even if you click into these areas, the units will still try to get into that area. You know, they'll follow that command. Right now, as they're set to map border, if I click on these rocks, they won't listen. They'll just be like, nope, not going there. And that's kind of like what you want to happen, because you don't want them going towards an area where they can't technically enter, right? So rather than having them set as map border, I'm going to set them up as just no collision. Let me just be sure to grab all of them here. It's like right there. So let's see. Let me look on Discord, see what he suggested. Specifically, the units cannot walk on it anymore. So take can character step on off to keep sliding until they fall off. Theoretically, this means you do not need to. Okay, that part. Units can walk through here. Well, the nav modifiers on cliffs is set to no. Yeah, just set them to. Yeah, that's it. Just no collision. So that's those. Let's go up here to no collision. And we're set on that. Can character step up on? I'm going to set that to NAR. Now the other ones, let's see. These are the coastline blockers. We'll leave those alone. These are the peak nav modifiers. We will also set these the same way. I mean, they're practically the same thing. Nothing different. Those are the nav modifiers. Those should go no collision as well. Character step up on, nor. Save real quick. But here's the bad part, is that I still have to rebuild nav to get this right. And that's going to take a while. So I think I'm going to exit this level and go to a level that's a little smaller, where the nav will take a lot less time. I mean, there's still a good amount of work to be done as far as, like I said, testing. So I have to run through the map and make sure that they're not still phasing into stuff that they shouldn't be going into. But I'll set this one up. I kind of want to rebuild it, but I don't want to wait that long. It's going to take a while. So let's exit Calypso. At least that one's converted over. Actually, let me leave that building. So I'll just, hold on. Go to the persistent level. Recast nav modifiers, or the recast nav actors, sorry. Delete them. Just rebuild them from scratch. So I'll save that. And then go to build paths. Okay, I'll leave that. And that's building, and I'll open another instance of the engine and go give the same treatment to, let's see, let's do Angel Island. I think that would be the best map to go with, since it does have a lot of elevation. Not a lot, but a little bit. Enough to where testing it makes sense. So hopefully this eliminates this problem completely. I mean, Derek says that in theory, I shouldn't be required to line the cliffs with those modifier volumes anymore. I really hope that's the case. Like, I need to run a test too by removing the volumes and just leaving the cliffs by themselves, set as they are, and then see how the vehicles and the ground units react to those as they're going through these areas. Because, I mean, the one thing we really don't want is vehicles getting stuck on rocks. So at some point, I'm gonna remove the volumes and run another test and see how that goes. Um, Currently, also, there's another thing that kind of bothers me. The volumes on the beach. I mean, although they are preventing units from entering those areas or entering the water, somehow it's not blocking construction. I see that in one of the reports, a player had built a helipad on the beach, well within the boundary of where the volume's at. Tried to land a helicopter on it, and the helicopter's just kind of hovering over the pad and not really landing. And I don't understand how they even got that there. I mean, if the area is nulled, how are they even able to build, right? So that's another thing I have to look at. Let's see. It is on maps. Let's go pandemic, dead passage, and open that one up. So while Calypso is rebuilding, I'll go into Angel Island and do it as well. And rebuild nav there, which should go quicker. I hope it doesn't crash. But yeah, I figured I'd test it on Calypso too, because it's a really big map. And I was hoping to set this up and rebuild nav before starting the stream, but I've just been busy all day. Um, Again, doing cleanup, making sure everything was as perfect as can be on my end, and then applying this new adjustment hopefully will just remove any issues that we've been having. So we go Angel Island also has a minimal amount of verticality, not as much as Calypso or Treasure Island or even San Francisco. And then, mind you, once I go back to San Francisco, I have to do the pathing cleanup there as well. And yeah, at least this time I know what's wrong, how to fix it. I mean, hopefully if this works. So let's get in here to nav blockers. Get all the cliff nav blockers. Okay, that's everything in here actually. Hold on. Okay, that's everything. These should be on their own folder actually. Let's see. that is what? That's for the oil pipe. I'll leave that alone for now. What are these? Okay, that's this stuff along here, which I think will be fine. Let's turn that off for now. I haven't really had any issues along that area. What's this? More? What is this? Okay, that's for the water. That nullifies the water so that units don't go in there. And this is all cliffs. Does it include any of the coastal stuff? No, it doesn't. Okay. So then why are these? Okay, yeah, that says for the beach. I should actually group these up into their own as well. Just want to make sure everything that is being selected is exactly what I want. So okay, yeah, it's good. It's got its own folder. So again, okay, see, these are set to no collision. And I had them set like that. So the only thing I had to do was go in here. How come this one doesn't have it? Am I selecting something that isn't part of this? Or did I just misspell it? Let's see. All right, well, fuck me. There's something in here that is selected that shouldn't be selected. Unless... Why is that not popping up? Yeah, none of these have that parameter. Oh, well, this is unfortunate. Oh, wait, I'm doing the wrong ones, dude. Ugh, it's the cliffs, not the fucking volumes. Pendejo. Ugh. Well, that answers one question because I had it in the back of my head. Do I have to do the same thing to the volumes? And clearly the answer is no. It's only the cliff meshes that need to be switched off as far as the walkable parameter goes. So let's get this set up. Like at this time of day, my brain's already like, it's been going hard all day and I am about ready to like, just chill, man. Chances are I'll probably work a few more hours. Now that this has been solved, hopefully. So here we go. Now walkable slope, turn it on. Set to decrease walkable slope. Leave that at 0. Save that real quick. And let's go back to the persistent level. Actually, the nav blockers. I want to make sure that sorry, there's one more thing I need to do here that I forgot. And step up on NOR. All right. Now let's save it. The collision area stays the same. I think you can only set that in the asset browser, so it has been set to nav null. Let's block all, no collision. come the area doesn't come up when I'm selecting all of them? Doesn't come up for any of them. So yeah, this one's set in the mesh actually, so I want to open that up and just double check, make sure it is correct. Yes, it is nav null. Excellent. And of course, let's nav avoid, no collision, and cannot step up on. Now for these beach volumes though, these are set to map border. Not sure if I should, they're set to null. I'm gonna test that to see what happens, but right now I'm gonna rebuild nav for this map. So I'm gonna delete the original, or what's there right now, and do a clean rebuild. I really hope this doesn't crash because I'm also building for Calypso right now. And it would be ideal that they just both build without an issue. Okay, that was Angel Island, and this is Calypso. Uh-oh. Did Calypso crash? God, I hope it didn't. Okay, no, it's still working. Excellent. Okay. Ay, ay, ay. All right. Might have to turn off the music here for this. I do not want this to crash. So after everything I did today, I'm going to test this. And if it works, apply it to all the other maps, do a little more testing. And if everything goes well, I'm fucking done with pathing. I don't have to spend my nights thinking about what else I can do to remedy this problem. I mean, not that it was I mean, at first in early development it was rampant, but over the process, we figured out better ways of preventing it. And this right now is in the best state it's been, but I still get instances while testing of units getting stuck, and it annoys the hell out of me. And I've been trying different things, different setups to prevent it from happening, and it just keeps happening. And at this point in the work, it's probably in the best state that it's been, to where it's rarely happening, but it's still happening. And like, if I had any hair left, I'd be pulling it out right now. So hopefully this small little adjustment will do it. Hopefully this is it. Hopefully this is the nail in the coffin and I can put this issue to rest, get back to San Francisco, bring that map up to date, and Bob's your uncle, man. Hopefully everything is perfect. If I don't get any more hangups, I'm going to sleep like a baby tonight and I'm going to have a great weekend. So fingers crossed. But yeah, I mean, that's been the biggest issue for me so far. It's because I keep coming back to it. Every time I get bug reports on Discord and I see pathing issues, it's like, oh. So immediately, I have to jump into the engine and look at the area that's being reported and okay, let's see what's happening here, hoping I learned something new. And the best I can do is like, look, this setup has been working fine. So maybe it's just me. Maybe I got a little sloppy in this area and I forgot to flatten out the surface a little bit or smooth out the slope, or maybe I need to widen the volume a little bit to cover more ground. Um, I have to do my due diligence, check my work, and then retest. And it just still kept happening. So I've been looking online, trying to figure out ways of doing it, and there was one thread that did make that suggestion that I did. I adjusted, I turned off can character step up on, which is just a weird way to word it. It's like they need to find better wording for this shit too. Like a checkbox that says traversable surface, 2 words, yay or nay, check it on or off. Can character step up on? Like, can we name it in a more complicated fashion? But no, yeah, I saw that and tested that, and it made the issue worse because having the yellow nav volume still allows these units to walk into it because it's yellow nav. So basically, what the yellow nav does is it sort of says like you could come in here, but we advise against it, kind of thing. Like it's a high cost, so units are encouraged to kind of avoid those yellow areas, kind of like with the vehicles. The blue stuff you see on the map, that's pretty much just limited to the roads or any pathway where vehicles can travel through. So when you move a vehicle across the map, especially with a long move order, the vehicle will favor the blue path rather than the green or anything else. I mean, all we really have is like green, yellow, and blue. That's it. And the vehicles are really just supposed to stick to those blue paths and not cut across fields where they might end up stuck in like weird places. And even with that, we cut back on a lot of that those hang up spots because a lot of the objects on the terrain are now destroyable, meaning like if a tank hits a tree, it can knock it the fuck down. If it hits a light post, it can knock it out of the way. So a lot of the little things that are on the map, a tank it could just plow right through them. And we have them classified by like, just destructible no, obstacle, light obstacle, and heavy obstacle. So I'm guessing obstacle is the middle, light is the lightest, heavy would probably take a little more work to knock through. And null, anything that doesn't have a color on it, is basically out of bounds. You can't go in there. But again, we had instances where things were getting into places where they shouldn't. And it's just weird how there's just no I couldn't find any like solid or consistent documentation. When I found that it said click off, can character step up on. So I checked that off and units were still getting stuck. And it was more frequent than the previous setup. So I maintained the previous setup until I got Derek's help and figured out that there's this other option that, adjusts or limits the walkable slope. So apparently any unit that gets into those areas, especially along the rock formations, is going to get pushed out. And in this one, I'm going to test it out. Once this nav is finished building, I'll throw some units into the map and see how it goes. Let's see. I'm going to go look at Discord real quick and see if anyone else has reported any kind of shenanigans going on in the maps. Oh, we got one. We got one. So sorry, that's the PNG for the safe phone, not the screenshot. Let me load up it. Okay, what is this? What's going on? Ugh, really? Why are they getting stuck there? It's a pretty clean slope. Okay, so this one's on Calypso. Previously, it was this slope here that was giving them issues. Now it's this one. They're pretty shallow slopes, so I don't know what's going on there. I guess what I can do is go in there and maybe stretch it out a little more or smooth out the surface. But I guess they're having issues on this slope now. It was this one, but now it's this one. So it's like a fucking game of whack-a-mole. I fix one problem and then another one comes up in the general area or across the fucking map somewhere. And I guess I don't know if that's like an Unreal thing, but before that slope was working fine, and now that I fixed the neighbor, that one's bugging out. And I've already redone that map to smooth out the slopes a little more because they were very steep before. So it was easy to see, like, okay, they're having issues here. I should probably smooth it out a little bit and help them get across that. Okay, see, I think that's it. Yeah, just that one issue. I mean, I'll get back to Calypso after testing this and test that one out. Well, I'll make those changes first before testing it. And I'm rebuilding Calypso right now too, so that's unfortunate because now I saw that message and I have to make more modifications and then rebuild it again. Ay, ay, ay. Yeah, so far that is the only issue the last couple of days. I mean, like I said, I was doing something right, but it was still producing problems and I needed to do more. And thankfully, it was just checking a box. So, oh boy, here we go. Here we go. What the fuck? They're not even supposed to be able to get in there. It's on Angel Island too. How the fuck did he even get in there? That's another one. This is on Angel Island. Operator got stuck in the pipes. Well, see, that's the thing. Fuck, man. I'm hoping the volumes should affect the operators the same way, man. They shouldn't even be able to get in there. Either that or I need to widen out the volume. I gotta take a look at it right now and see what's going on. But I know I have volumes in there that are nav null, so they shouldn't be able to get into that. And if it turns out that for some reason there's different rules for the operators as far as volumes go, I'm gonna lose my fucking mind. I'm going to lose my mind. No one should be able to get in there. Should block everyone unless they're too low on the ground and somehow they're getting in there. But we shall see. I just thought of it right now. Navigation's probably going slow because I have two of them building at the same time. I'm probably gonna have to close Calypso. Yeah, I'm closing that. It doesn't want to close. What the hell? Oh, I guess the bot gave him some shit for what he posted. I mean, it looks like a straightforward issue. The bot gave him this, and he... Oh, man. Yeah, that's this area on Angel Island. We have some trenches here where the oil storage pipes run through. And his operator walked into those and got stuck. It's been a while since any issues have been reported with that area, so either this is new or nobody ever went into them. All right, Unreal does not want to close now. Oh, this is taking longer than it should. Let's see. I was putting together this, well, not even putting together, but quick build for an altitude guide, because I still need to rebuild Calypso's helicopter nav, which I put off because of this navigation issue. Here, we've got a cube that I stretched out to measure about 6,000 meters, 6,000 units in Unreal. And I'll just drop this into the level to adjust the helicopter uh, floor mesh to make sure that it is within the weapons range. The problem, big problem we've been having in Calypso is sometimes the helicopter flies too high that it can't reach ground units. It can't shoot at ground units. The weapons have a general range of like what, 6,000 units. So I want to kind of keep it within this range from the ground. Ideally, like 5,000 meters. That way they can definitely reach the targets. And I've already exported it. Now, it's not a problem for a map like Angel Island right here because it doesn't have a whole lot of verticality going on. It's very minimal. It's at least, what, like 2 or 3 levels? And it's really crazy on Calypso. See, I do something real quick here. Did it crash? No, it didn't. Okay. Yeah, that was close. Okay, it's done. Woo! Damn. All right, so let's take a quick look at this before I test it. Go over here to the trenches. Yeah, I mean, they shouldn't be able to get in there. These meshes are also high enough to prevent them from getting in there. Let's check the trench mesh, though. Let's see. Yep, it's block all. But let's check the collisions. Person who made this, which wasn't me, create proper collisions for this. Doesn't look like it. Nope. I mean, that's an easy fix. But yeah, the ground does come out a little more than it should. Fuck, I'm gonna have to rebuild again. I'm not gonna do that right now. I mean, damn. Let's see. I don't want it to look cheesy. Now, these should have collisions. Let's see. Let's check these out. Let's see. And they don't. What the? Really? Ay, ay, ay. So there's a couple of things I can do here. I can take this into Blender, create proper collisions, especially for these trenches, one with a slope so that, operators can realistically collide with this ditch, go down and come back up. And also add it to the pipes because that would be the smart thing to do, right? But then on the flip side, it's like, how are the RTS units going to handle that? I mean, because they handle it well. I've tested this area. I mean, I'll test it again. Let's see how the RTS units handle it. So let's quit fucking around and get to testing. So play in the selected viewport and get to work. This one's taking a while because I've still got collision. Or oh, Calypso's gone too. Nice. All right. Auto save, doing its thing. First off, kill the infections so I can test freely. I'm not infected. Infection. True. And I'll just continue playing. Let's get these guys on board. Speed this up. Slow-mo. 5. Let's land right here. And along with that, we're going to go spawn. Whoops, that's not how you spell spawn. Unit. Circ. Heavy. Boom. Will it work? Yes, it did. Okay. Let's bring these guys over here. Deploy these fellas. Let's land these. And turn them off. This way they don't run out of gas. Let's group them up. And start running them. Let's try to jam them into the cliff real quick. See what happens. It's looking good, man. Fuck me. We're still getting people stuck, man. What the hell? All right, let's keep going. Let's keep going. I can't believe this, dude. It's like this is unbelievable. I thought I was gonna be able to sleep tonight, but nope. Not the case, my friend. I mean, let's look at those areas. I mean, maybe it's me. Let's see. No. I mean, is that bad? Can't be it, man. Oh boy. I mean, these are questionable spots. I'm not gonna rule out error on my behalf. There's that San Francisco fog. So 2 units so far got snagged. Fuck, man. When will this end? Like, I think we've done everything we absolutely could. And I'm convinced Unreal just wasn't meant for an RTS game. Its pathing is absolute garbage. Like, I'm about ready to just fucking leave it. We got loose. Let's go up this way. Another one, dude. And this is an area I've already fixed too. So it's like, what more? What more can we do? Let's look at the collision here. No, man, there's no fucking collision there. See, they actually will. No, they won't. They still don't walk towards it. Okay, that's good. So the nav null is at least doing its job, but at that point, being multiple units, I think something's going on with the units pushing each other into these areas. Either way, I'm going to go back and adjust those spots. So if you've noticed, we have a weather system now. Rain, hail, fog. They're still working out some of the kinks, but it's in there now. It was just, it makes the game even more unbearably dark, dude. Okay, so 3 instances so far. And this is with multiple units, so that's kind of an improvement because I think by now I would have had more. So I'm going to chalk that up as something I need to look into and smooth out a bit because everything else seems to be working fine so far. Okay, I thought I had another one get stuck there. I don't know if he just tested it on the operators or on the other units. Okay, there's another one. Shit. And this is a spot where they didn't previously get stuck. So, what the fuck is going on, man? All right, let's take pictures of these instances because this is it's getting ridiculous. So let's eject here. And mind you, let's turn off. Let's look at the object collision here. See, there's no collision there. It's not even touching the fucking collision, man. So what does that makes 4? This guy die? No. Let's take a picture of this dude. And this guy over here. Okay, this one's a visible terrain issue here. So at least I can see that. Just need to smooth that out or flatten it. So I'm going to put that on me. Let's look closer on this one. This one, there's no reason he should have gotten stuck there. There's the other one right here. If it's my fault, great. God, I hate the nighttime in this game. Same with this one. No terrain issue there. Everything looks pretty level. You know, it's a smooth slope. So why is it getting stuck? So technically 3 that happened when they shouldn't. And 2 more. Good lord, what's going on here? Okay. Let's eject and look at the issue. Again, there's no mesh collision that should be holding him up. I mean, that's the collision right there, but he's not even touching it. He's not even inside of it. See these two poor... Oh, there's fucking 4 of them, dude. 4 of them. Oh. No, well, one can only hope, you know. I thought this would solve the problem, but nope. Nope, 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 nope. My guess is he probably only tested it with the stupid ass operators. And it pushed them off and everything was fine. But this is not working. I mean, I don't understand how they're still getting into these areas. I'm taking a picture of this too. Oh, man, I hate the nav in this engine. Like I go to bed every night just thinking, what else could I do? What else could I do to remedy this issue? But it's just every day I wake up and I try something and it just doesn't fucking work. So it's back to the drawing board and it's I can't sleep well when I've got shit like this to think about. You know, because then when I dream about testing solutions and they seem to work in my dream, but once you apply them in real life, it's like, okay, so yeah, that was just in my fucking dreams. All right, let's see here what happens. See, they don't go in there. Yeah, they don't go anywhere near these things. Let's see. Let's try to really jam them in there. They don't fall through. They don't go in. So clearly the rules are different for operators. I'm going to have to build proper collisions for those pieces to add extra security there. flatten this out right here. What the hell's going on? Well, yeah, the nav is building, but still, that bothers me. It's supposed to be flat. The other day I flattened it out and it's still a little bump there. Got another one stuck right here. Thing is, they shouldn't even be able to get into those areas. And I just don't understand what else I can do. At this point, I'm gonna stop. Because it's just gonna keep building up to me becoming extremely pissed off. Let's look at these. And then right now, I'm gonna jump into Discord, have a little chat. Because at this point, I've done all I can. I'm stumped. Either this engine's pathing is absolute shit, or there is just something we're not doing right. For the most part, as you can see, they move smoothly throughout the map without issues. But every now and then, like I said, you get these random points where one or two or three units will get lodged. And even with the current setting, I mean, okay, can't walk up on, no collision. Let's see what else. That one doesn't have a walkable slope. So let's go with the rocks. Can character step up on? No. Block all. Yeah, the nav area is set to null. Yeah, I mean, yeah, that's unfortunate. And I'm getting a headache. I'm just tired of this. And I'm obsessed with getting this solved because I don't want to have to keep coming back to it. But at this point, I've lost all hope. I think I'm cooked. What else? What else? What else am I missing? Walkable slope override, unchanged. I mean, it's set like that in level. There's no reason why it would be different if it's different in the asset. Ah, jeez. Yeah, I'm stumped. I think all I can do is just pass on the information to the programmers and let them know, look, unless you got any other ideas, I'm done. This is still happening. There's something going on with the units to where they're still getting stuck. And I think it's something to do with the formations. All right, I'm going to run one more with a single unit and see what happens. I need to at least have that info. But beyond this, I've done everything I can. Like, I don't want to seem like I'm giving up, but I've already, done quite enough work to clean this up. And we're still getting these hang-ups.
What can I do for you? Engineer, ready.
I had my hopes up. I was really hoping that would fix the problem. And it did not. So let's take one of these guys
Give me orders.
and just run them along the cliffs.
Give me orders. On the go. I have a bad feeling about this. As you command. I have a bad feeling about this. As you command. Give me orders. Ready to go.
And the one thing is it rarely happens next to these areas with defenses.
I'll handle it. Moving out. Ready to go. On station. As you wish. I have a bad feeling about this. On the go. As you order. I'll handle it. At your command. Give me orders. I'll handle it. Moving there. As you order. Give me orders. Moving out. Ready to go. On the go. As you command.
It might give me a little bit of
Ready
relief
to go.
running
As
this
you
single
command.
unit test,
I have a bad feeling about this.
seeing if
At your
this little
command.
guy gets stuck
Moving
anywhere.
there.
If he doesn't,
I've got your
then
6. On
it's
station.
something they need to check out
Give me
with the
orders.
unit
I've got
collisions
your 6.
and the formations.
Moving out.
Because it does, one thing for sure is it does happen more
6.
frequently
I've got your 6.
and a lot easier with
As you order.
large groups.
Moving there. As you command. At your command. Give me orders. As you wish. Ready to go. I'll handle it.
And I want to put
At
this
your
behind me.
command.
I want to get
Give me
this
orders. I'll handle it.
solved
On the go.
for once and for all, and
As you wish. Moving there. Give me orders.
know what the
As you
solution
order.
is,
Moving out.
so I can
As
move
you
forward
command.
at full speed
On the go. I have a bad feeling about this.
and not have to
On
worry
station.
about solving this
On
problem.
station. I have a bad feeling about this. Moving there. Give me orders. Give me orders.
Or anything related
At
to it
your
in the
command.
future.
Ready to go. As you wish. On the go. At your command. As you order. On station. As you order. As you command. Ready to go. As you command. I'll handle it. Moving there. I've got your 6. I have a bad feeling about this.
Skipping a long move order to the top of this bluff
I'll
here.
handle it.
Let's get some more of
Tell me
these
where to go.
guys.
Huh? What? Repairing. You bet ya.
Put them in other
What
positions.
can I do for you? Fixing it. Sure, why not? Give me orders. Moving out. Moving out. I've got your 6. As you wish. On station. On the go. As you order. At your command. I have a bad feeling about this. On station. As you wish. Moving out. As you wish. I'll handle it. I've got your 6. Give me orders. I have a bad feeling about this. Moving there. As you order. As you command. On station. Moving out. As you
I mean,
command.
he's cutting in and out really well.
On the go. At your command. Ready to go. Give me orders. Give me orders. I've got your 6. Moving there. Ready to go. As you order. I have a bad feeling about this. Moving out. On the go. At your command. As you command. Ready to go.
Let's go over here to this guy.
Give me an order. Move it or lose it. No problem. Locked and loaded. Easy fix. No sweat. Easy as pie. Sure, why not? Move it or lose it. You bet ya. Easy fix. Is that all? Locked and loaded. No problem.
All right, looking good there.
No sweat. Repairing.
And with a single unit, as you can see, nothing happening yet.
Sure, why not? Easy as pie. Is that all? No sweat. No problem. Fixing it. You bet ya. Easy fix. No problem. Is that all? Easy as pie. Fixing it. Sure, why not? No sweat. Repairing. Move it or lose it. Locked and loaded. You bet ya. Easy fix. Locked and loaded. Easy as pie.
And it's very frequent around these turns,
Fixing it.
which is why I'm kind of focusing on
That all?
running the units in this area,
Sure, why not?
in and out,
No sweat.
to see what happens. And yeah, so far nothing. Time is it? It's already 6 o'clock, man. Oh man. It's like stepping into a time warp. It's going well. See, I like deliberately trying to get him jammed in there. Let's put him in there. Let's go in here real quick and see where he's standing. On the yellow.
Sure, why not? Repairing. You bet ya. No problem. Is that all? No problem. Fixing it. Move it or lose it.
Uh-oh.
Easy as pie.
Finally got stuck.
Sure, why not? Easy fix.
There's yellow now there too. I mean, it's random. I mean, unless our programmers can figure out what the fuck is going on or put some other safety net in place to prevent this from happening. I'm gonna just say right now, Unreal's pathing is fucking garbage. It wasn't meant for this kind of shit, and the fact that we got to figure it out is. Dude, I want to gouge my eyes out right now. Let's get at this. All right. So with that, I'm gonna report to the rest of the team. Let them know what's happened. Same old shit. Units are getting stuck no matter what we've done to mitigate this issue. It keeps happening, and I don't I don't know what else to do. Like I've done everything that I possibly could. I've done the research. I've looked up solutions, and everything that has been suggested still, although it has improved, it's not perfect, and that really bugs me. It really does, because I don't want this to be happening, because it makes us look bad. It makes me look bad, and the fucking engine just isn't working how it's supposed to be working, and we have to jerry rig some bullshit just to get it to function properly. So back to the drawing board. Not a good day. I thought it was going to be a good day, but no, no. Anyhow, folks, I think I am done. Like, I was really hoping this was going to be it, but clearly not. But right now, this is probably the biggest issue we have on the project right now. For me, at least, as a level designer, it bothers me. It's extremely annoying, and every single thing I've done on my end, although I've seen improvement, it is not perfect. And for me, it's just unacceptable. The results are unacceptable, and I need this to be perfect. I need it to be fucking flawless. I can't have this shit happening anymore. So, I mean, if you're watching this and you know Unreal way better than me, and you know a good solution for this, damn, I would appreciate the input, because at this point, I'm stumped. I want to continue my work, but I know this issue is going to be dancing around in the back of my fucking head, nagging me every step of the way, because I'm going to keep getting reports of these issues, and I'm sick and tired of it. No matter what I've done, just hasn't produced the desirable result. So it's back to the drawing board. That's going to be it for me today. I hope you enjoy watching these game development videos. If you do, like, follow, subscribe. I'm here every Tuesday and Thursday on YouTube and Twitch. You can come, share your input, shoot the shit, say hello, keep me company as I suffer. But I think this is enough for today. I'm gonna try to be here next Tuesday. Chances are I'm still gonna be working on this. I'm hoping to get it out of the way at some point, but it hasn't been looking good. Everything I've done has I've hit a wall. Granted, it's a lot better than it was 1, 2, 3, 6 months ago, but it's not perfect, and I need to find that one solution that's gonna make it perfect. Until then, I hope you enjoyed the stream. Thank you for watching, and have a good night.